Hi, it's your boy Trey, and I am back. Sorry to have you guys waiting. I was just having a little bit of technical difficulties with my lighting, but I am here. Today, for y'all who, first I'm going to start off by saying for y'all who is new to my page and those who are just watching for the first time, I just wanted to say this is your boy Trey, and I am a trans man, and this is as real as you can get it. I also want to say happy Pride to everyone, for I have celebrated Pride in the sixth this year, and it was by far lit. It was blessed. I really was turned up. I really enjoyed myself. It was beautiful, I must say. Pride 22 has been blessed to me. I want to say happy Pride once again to everyone out there. Pride never stopped for me. As you can see, my trans flag is proudly in the back of me. I'm proud, and yeah, sorry, this pimple on my face is just not working for me right now. But anyway, yes, happy Pride to everyone once again. In my last videos, I basically showed you guys my journey before having my top surgery. Yes, let's get into that. My top surgery, I had two dates to my top surgery. My top surgery was supposed to be June of 20, June of 2019 was when I had my first date of my top surgery, and it was canceled because of the high numbers of COVID-19 here in the country of Toronto. So it was postponed. It was actually postponed a few weeks before my surgery. So it was a little hard for me. It was hard feeling. I was devastated. I cried because I've waited so long for this moment to come and to know that it was taken away in such short time. And I was so close. I was prepared for it, and everything that I was supposed to do up until my surgery date, everything was like blessed. Like I was ready to go. In Montreal is where I had my top surgery, is GRS Montreal. And it was just hard for me in that month because I remember being to work when I had got the phone call. And as soon as I got the phone call, I know automatically that it was a possibility that they were calling me to tell me that my surgery was canceled because of the numbers. Because I listened to the news back and forth, and I was hearing how the numbers has gone up, the hospitals are full, surgeries are being postponed. So I was praying that when it came to my surgery, that it would have kept going and it would have never been a hold. So that was sort of hard for me to know that, when I had got the call, I remember looking on the news, and it was this trans guy that had his surgery in 2 weeks, and they had called him and told him that they had canceled. And I remember reading his story and how heartbroken he was, and how it put him in a mental state because he wanted this surgery so bad. And to know that somebody has just called him is like taking away everything from someone. So I was like, I hope it doesn't be me. But then it happens to turn out that a month later, from watching that video on YouTube, I received a call stating that my surgery was canceled, and I had to wait for another date. So I would have called them like every month or so just to see if they had a date. And eventually I got tired, and I was like, you know what, forget it. I'm not calling back anymore. I lost all hope because I started to feel how he felt when his surgery was canceled. So it was hard feeling for me to know that it was me actually going through this at this present point of time. So I continue working and different stuff like that just to keep my mind off of it, because you have to be in a great mental state in order to go through this process. This process ain't as easy as it seems. I would tell anyone, your mental state has to be as great as possible. You have to be around positive people. You have to be around people that will uplift you. You got to have a great team, because this here is a lot to endure as for one person alone. And my doctor referred me back to see a counselor where I was talking, because they know how trans males get through their mental state and different things when they on the testosterone, sorry, the level goes up and different things like that. It's like a control. And to get your mental state to that level, you have to be positive, you got to be strong, you have to never give up. And even though I'm saying these things now, I came to that point where I had given up. I had given up because I wanted this surgery so bad, and to know that I was told that my surgery was canceled, it was hard. But I continued pushing on through everything, and what topped it off even worse was, you're going around that time. I think I was on 6 ml of testosterone, so that was like more of a lower dose for me. So I felt like, okay, my process was gonna take longer. I felt like it was like going crazy for me, because I wanted this. I felt like, what's the purpose of doing this if you can't get your surgeries? You can't do that. It was like so much of a mental state that I have dealt with, just having to wait for this phone call. And I said, you know what? I need to do something. So I started the gym. I started working out hard. I was like, I'm going to get into this, because if I can get the surgery that I want, I can build the body that I want. That's the mentality that I had. So that's what I kept. So I enrolled myself into a gym, and I started seeing people in the gym that I wanted to look like. And I was like, I have to push forward, maybe God has put this to a point where my surgery was postponed for me to actually be properly prepared. Because I remember in doing this whole top surgery, the doctor gives you a time frame. It tells you when to stop drinking, when to stop smoking, what to eat, your mental state, your like a list of things that they tell you have to do to prepare yourself for the surgery. So sorry, I wasn't ready. I don't think I was ready to that point. So having the surgery postponed, when I think about it now, I'm okay with that decision and what they made, because they had made out for the safety of me. And because I was not living in Montreal, they did not want to have to fly me back and forth from Toronto to Montreal to see medical help in case any complications or anything was to happen. So it was sort of weird that, after waiting, it was like few months after, like say 3 months after, I remember getting a call, and I'm looking at my phone in the parking lot, and I was like, Montreal calling me. And I was like, okay, it's either they're going to tell me they don't have a date yet, or some other excuse. So I was like, you know what? Don't put your hope into this. Don't get too excited. Just hold on. So I answered the phone. I was like, hey, it was like, oh, I'm calling from GRS Montreal. I come to let you know that we have some good news for you. I was like, okay, what's the good news? I'm starting my surgery tomorrow. It's like, no, funny, they laugh and different things like that. It's like, we got a date for you, and your date is November 4th. And I was like, okay. It was like, we had to give you this date because we need you to be prepared for this. So if you're smoking, we're gonna need you to stop smoking. We need you to do some blood work. We need you to have your doctor send over some files to do some testings to see how everything gone from the previous visits that I had when I had first went to get my checkup, to let them see the area that they would have done the surgery on. So they had given me a date when I had to come down to visit them to see which area that they were going to work on. So because of the whole pandemic thing, I was unable to go to them to have an in-person consultation with them. So everything had to be done via computer. So I had to remove my clothes in the front of this doctor. I had to show them the areas. I had to turn different sides and different angles to give them an idea of what they were working with. So it was sort of awkward, because I was like, okay, they're looking at a video. Like, how are they going to get this right? And my first surgeon was actually one of the heads of Montreal. He was actually one of the head surgical teams. And I did not end up getting him for my second date. I ended up getting Dr. Langani. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I know he's gonna be out there watching, but he was awesome. Like, he took me on like a champ. And before I even get into how amazing he is, yeah, so I got my date. So I had to now go back because where I got frustrated, my first surgery being canceled, I started smoking. I was smoking cigarette back then, but I don't smoke cigarette anymore. It's just a bad habit of coming to a foreign country and you get bad habits. But that has stopped, thank God. But I started smoking other stuff. I sure you guys know, the meds. And so all of that had to be stopped. So I had to automatically get into that to cancel out. So I stopped all of that immediately. I did my blood work and different thing, and I started sending everything off to Montreal. And uh, I think about a month later, they called me and it was like, okay, we need you to come on down. Surgery is going on. So as time was going by, I prepared myself for the surgery. As you guys saw in my videos, I had some clips where I had to go and do some COVID testing. I had to do blood work. I had to do different things to lead me up to my surgery. So everything was like started from the 1st of November to the 3rd of November. So I needed to be in Montreal by the 3rd of November, the latest, to check in the hotel room that they had for me, because everything was fully covered. I was well taken care. There in Montreal, I had the best treatment. I had food, like I had food. I was near a shopping a mall. It was blessed. So it was like so much that I had to do within 4 days that they had given me when time has truly wind up on me. And at that point in time, my mental state was like all over the place. I was like, am I making a mistake? What if something go wrong? What if I die? Because these surgeries are very risky. And for a lot of people that know, surgeries comes with scarring, it comes with complications, it comes with a lot of risk. This is the chest area near the heart and a lot of different major organs out there. So it was sort of scary at the end. But I got through it because I knew that nothing could have changed my mind. I knew that I wanted this. I was not happy looking in the mirror and seeing these things that I know that I was not comfortable with. So that was like a big goal for me. So yes, I went to take my COVID test. That was crazy as ever. You saw the videos. It was crazy. I hated it, but I only did it because I wanted my surgery and I had to do it in order to get my surgery. I had to be tested negative. Thank God I was tested negative. And later on that night, in preparing for my surgery, I could not eat. I could not do different things after a certain hours at the night. And going in to take this surgery, it was like so much fear. And to top it off, I had my son with me and he walked through this. So, the morning of the surgery, when I woke up, it was like reality hit me. Like, it came a time when this surgery was canceled. Now you're actually here. You have to go for the best. So I said a prayer, I kept positive. I was like, I have to go inside this. Even though the night before I was going through a lot. The night before the surgery, I was in Montreal and I was like going through a breakdown. And at that point in time, I was like, I don't know what to do, but I know I needed something. So even though I knew that I did not have, I did not have to, it's like a lot of things started flashing in my head, all the things I went through in my life, the possibilities. It was just so much. So I drank. I had a few drinks that night and I was upset at myself because there were no turning back. It was no longer 3 days or 3 weeks that I could have not drink. I'm not a drinker. I don't drink. That's the problem. When I do drink, it's like when I'm going out. Like, it's not something I go for. Like, drinking, I can go forever with nothing. It doesn't matter. So to know that I had reached that stage in my life and I was like, okay, I'm here. I'm having a panic attack. This is hard. So I drank. and I knew that I wasn't supposed to. So I knew that it was a possibility of complications and different things are going on because alcohol is like a blood thinner, and I was going to undertake a surgery that needed a lot of blood, and my blood type was very rare. So having to wait for them to send my blood type and different stuff out there was like hard. So I finally get there that morning and I'm walking in there, I'm waiting and I'm seeing other people going into the surgery. I'm seeing trans females, I'm seeing trans males, and I'm like, okay, what's gonna happen? I'm getting nervous. And when the doctor had called me and asked me for my information, I'm looking outside, I'm seeing all my family out there. I'm like, okay, y'all walk me in here. My son outside, he's crying. It was hard, you know. So I was like, okay, here it is. Here goes nothing, you know. Can't be afraid. This is what I come to. You can't turn this around. You want this. I gone for this. Like, I have no regrets no matter what I went through. I love my outcome. I'm hoping to see what's coming next. You know, I want to get bigger. so so you know how the whole fair thing and everything was to have your surgery. So when my name was called to go in to the room to be prepared to go into my surgery, I'm looking around and I'm seeing like 6 or 7 different transgenders, trans male in the same room as me. You have like 3 or 4 of them just came out of surgery, and you have 3 on the other side where I'm at waiting to go in surgery. So I'm scared. I have already saw my doctor. My doctor had came out earlier, like when I first came into the entrance. He had came out to see me, to see the area, to draw on the markers on everywhere where they're going to be cutting and where they're going to be removing and different stuff like that. So after I came out of that room and he took his photos and different things, I cannot post those photos. I'm sorry. And I did not agree with the hospital to release them to the hospital, to the public. Sorry. So those photos are kept with me. But I had some before photos. But like I said, I cannot show them because of the rights here on YouTube. But as much as I can show you guys, I will be uploading and doing different things on my channel. Once again, thank you all for tuning in, and thank you all for showing some mad support and some love. Like I said, I'm going to give it to you. I'm on it. I'm going to give it to you as real as it gets. I haven't seen it as real. A lot of people be afraid to show scars, afraid to talk about their experience, but I'm okay with it. My experience was not easy at all. It was horrible, but it was a great outcome. That was the best part about it. And I had a great surgical team. But preparing for my surgery, like I say, it was a rough turn for me. I got into the surgery. I saw my doctor, got the checkup. They did their last drawing and everything that they had to do on me. And I'm now in this room with like 8 trans male, and I'm looking around. We're having conversations, and I'm looking on my left hand side, and I'm seeing they're in pain. I'm seeing they're vomiting. It was like, why couldn't they put me in a room by myself so I could have not seen the side effects or what's the possibility of the outcomes? I was like, oh, I'm having a panic attack. So at that point in time, I was like calling everybody on video call. I was like, okay, I'm still waiting. And as I saw them move the bed at the door, I was like, okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 more persons before me because I'm the last one for the night. So I said, okay, perfect. So I'm sitting around, I'm looking, and I'm getting nauseous in every which way, looking at persons and their side effects. I was like, everybody is different. And the side effects came from the anesthesia. You know, waking up from anesthesia is like tube is in your throat for hours as they do surgery on you. So you have that effect, you know. So as time went by, I'm looking in this transgender. I can't remember his name, but he was like, "You look scared," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm scared, but I'm okay." He was like, "Listen, I did this, and I'm excited. I'm excited. Like, I'm in a little bit of pain, but that's every surgery." And he talked to me and he encouraged me, and I was like, "Thanks, I really appreciate it." He said, "You got this. I'm gonna see you when you come out." I didn't see no one black out of the hospital. No one I saw out of the hospital because the anesthesia had a strong impact on me. Therefore, the anesthesia took a longer time to wear off of me. But it was okay. And as time went by, I look over and I realized that me talking to him in his recovery as he wait for his ride, I realized that I was up next. So this is where now everything gets more real. And as the nurse came to me and told me to remove my socks and put on the little blue footies that they give you, I was like, okay. I walked inside there, and when I walked inside there, I was walking behind the doctor, and the doctor said, we're going to let you use the washroom and everything before you go in there. Is everything okay? They talked to you. It was like, you need any water, different stuff like that. We're going to introduce you to everyone inside your surgical team and everyone of that who's going to be working with you. You're going to get to know everyone before you go underneath anesthesia before we perform the surgery. So I was like, okay, perfect. I am ready for this. I waited my whole life for this. I met a really good person inside here that had taught me to don't be afraid. Surgeries are scary, but life is scary. And that was a great comment, a great inspiration word that he could have possibly give me. And I hope that if he's out there and he ever gets to see my video, we were bed to bed, we're buddies, and I hope he gets to see that. In November 3rd of 2019, I was your bedmate. Me, Trey, your boy Trey. This is me. So in waiting for that, when the doctor had came to me and be like, okay, I'm Ty. They were calling me Ty at the time because at that time my name wasn't legal. So they went by a nickname, which they went by Ty. So they was like, Ty, we're ready for you. So we're gonna get you to lie in the bed, and doctors, nurses are gonna take you into the theater. So as they were rolling me down the theater, I'm looking side to side and I'm seeing no one. Like, this a long hallway, and I'm seeing no one's but these big machines, these doors, these lights, and I'm seeing doctors inside, scrubs, and it was like a Grey's Anatomy type of scene. It was like I was going into the big boys. And I was like, I don't know what is what, but I'm laying there and I'm looking, and I remember laying in that bed and I said, here goes nothing. This is it. What do you want to do? You have a choice. You can still walk away or you can still do this. And I stayed. Gotta get some island water in me, some good water. Commercial. They can use this video one day, They're gonna use this video one day. I'm telling you. But yeah, I walked down the aisle and I remember not walk down the aisle. I remember laying in the bed and looking side to side, and the nurses was talking to me, and when I got inside this big double door, it's like this big metal door. There's like these big bright lights all over the wall, and the bed is in the middle of the floor, and it's like 20 doctors and nurses. It was like crazy. It was like a lot of people was in there. So I was like, okay, this one got my foot, this one got my hand, this one got my head, who got my leg, which, like, I was like, trying to make fun of it in every which way possible, like, to keep it going, try to have my own little sense of humor because I was scared out of my mind. Thank you so much, guys. I was scared out of my mind just to see so much lighting and these big machines, and I'm looking down at the table and I'm seeing all of these knives and stuff and scissors, or I'm seeing blood tubes and stuff. It was just so much. So at that point in time, I've already got scared, but I was already calm. I was great. I was thinking about how I'm gonna come out looking so buff, and I'm gonna come out with these packs so big. I have my own imagination. I had everything going. So I remember the nurse came to me before the doctor walked inside back, because the doctor used to be the last one to come into the room before the surgery is going. So they have the surgical team that will come around you and start fixing different machine, hooking you up to the machine, hooking you up to the blood machine, the anesthesia, like different things that they were hooking me up to. So I remember they said it was laying down. It was like, we need you to remove your gown. I was like, I gotta remove my gown. Shut your mouth. So I was like, I have to remove my gown. She's like, yeah, you have to remove your gown. I was like, Lord, how much times I have to get naked in this place? So I took off all my clothes like they told me I had to. And I laid in the bed, and I'm laying in the bed. They put this white sheet over me. They put like these cold packs under my leg. It was like I was getting a patty and a mani at the same time. I'm telling you, it was like a blessed dream. It's like I was like, okay, I'm watching everything. I'm watching everything before they give me that sleeping medicine thing and pass me out. But thanks for tuning in, Jazz. Michelle, thank you so much. Thank you everyone who has been popping in and out, and for those who's gonna be watching, thank you so much for tuning in. Like I said, I'm gonna give it to you guys. Like I'm gonna give you the fun part, the bad parts, and the good parts, and the good outcomes. But yeah, so I'm laying in this bed, and they told me to make like the cross form. So I'm laying like this, and my 2 feet just lay out. So I'm holding out, and I was like, okay, Lord, they done got me like the cross already. What they trying to say? So I'm laying out, listen, I'm a comedian as it is. So I'm laying out here like this, and I turn my hand, I see the pressure machine, seeing they putting tubes, the needles for the IVs and different things in my hand. And they're putting these cold packs to my leg, and they're putting these stickers all above my chest and in my back. And now they're putting this big light on my chest to see centered on what exactly they're going to start working on. So when I look up, I see a gentleman above me. He was like, hi, you're not going to like me. I'm the guy who's going to give you a nice sleep. I say, all this time, I've been asking for a vacation for a few months inside a nice vacation island, in the middle of the world with no visitors, no houses, no nothing. And now you want to give me one in a hospital bed, and I don't know what can happen. So, I had everybody inside there laughing. So he was like, I'm the one gonna give you that good stuff. So I'm smiling. I was like, well, if I ain't gotta see none of these people cut me open, I'm okay. So before he gave me the anesthesia, I met my doctor. Like I said, Dr. Langetti. He came inside there. I met him again. He was like, don't worry, don't be afraid. You're going to be impressed, because before the surgery, when he had looked at my chest, he was like, oh, we don't have nothing that much to work on. Like he trying to tell me I had some little cups. But he was like, you don't have that much to work on. It's actually not that much to remove. So the way he had formed my packs, he had formed them where once I started working out and doing different things, my packs would have formed inside, like it would have gone over, so you would have not seen the stitching at all. And most of my stitching he had went inner and not outer, so my scars are not that visible, which later on you guys will see, but not in this video. It's next video. Gotta be more prepared for you guys to show y'all all of this, trying to do that thing or two. But yeah, I'm gonna be more prepared for you guys out there. Gotta be prepared to take off my shirt to you guys and show you guys the work. I'm gonna show you guys the outcome. I'm not afraid. I'm telling you, I'm afraid as hell. But yeah, so I met him, and he got me so ready, and every which way he got me so ready. He was like, you're gonna be blessed with you're gonna be happy with your outcome. You're gonna be good. It's not gonna be long. It's gonna be like a little nap you're gonna take. You're gonna wake up with a few pain. Your throat is gonna hurt because we're gonna have to put a tube in your throat and different stuff like that. So it was sort of, he walked me through to what they were gonna do. So he made me feel even more comfortable. So it was like I put in my head that I was going to sleep, and I was gonna wake up, and I'm gonna have this body that I always wanted, So that was the whole thing about it. Thank you so much, Tiana, for tuning in. Thanks for the love. Love you, baby girl. Tanisha, thank you so much. I love my sister. Sorry, bless. I love you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you all for tuning in. Yes, when I had my when it was time to have my surgery, like I said, I look at the guy above me, and he was like, "Okay, it's time now. We have to go in." So he put the mask over my head, and that's the hardest part for me because it was like a fear that I was being smutted, like I was gonna like die. So that has always been a traumatic thing for me, especially where my past abuse that I went in and having to do surgeries prior to, it was like a replay of that abuse situation, that fear of death. So that came upon, but I did not know when my eye closed. Like I was already out in seconds. Like that thing knocked me out. And after my surgery, because I can't tell you what happened in my surgery because I was in La La Land. I was enjoying myself. I was hanging out with the boys up there, you know. So I was hanging out. But yeah, when I came out of surgery, it was I went into surgery early. It should have been like around 3, somewhere around 3 in the afternoon. I went into surgery, but I was supposed to come out and discharge. It was a 1 day surgery. So I was supposed to come out and be discharged right after surgery. Like, sorry, I had watched everyone left, but like I said, my anesthesia had a different effect on me. Therefore, it was a longer time that I had woke from the anesthesia. And when I had wake up from the anesthesia, I was very nauseous, which you guys will see that in the next video. Um, I did not want to show that video because I had a really bad acne breakout. For you guys who watching that knows about hormonal care when you're taking testosterone or any type of hormones, it gives you acne breakout, which I am having one here now because I'm taking my T shot tomorrow. So once in a while, because of my facial hair and different changes and things that are coming out, I have a pimple here and there that pops out of nowhere. But I'm okay. They last for a bit, but yeah, that's about how it looks. But coming out of the anesthesia was not easy because I had a bad side effect. It was very painful. It seems like no painkillers or anything could have worked. Um, I'm sorry. I wish I could have given you something very brilliant, very good to say about that feeling, but like I said, I can only give it to you as real, and it's my experience. Some people have it easier, some persons had it harder than me, but other than that, I had stitches from my. I will show you guys in my next videos. Like I say, I have from here, and I have it around here. So it's like he's formed my packs in it. So it started from the armpit to remove the skin from my chest that I had prior to. So he removed that. Like I said, I only had the skin because of the birth of my son. I had bigger chest, but I lost the weight after a while. So it had left the skin. So that was the area. So he had to remove from the side of my arms, which I can show you this. I have no problem showing you this piece here. This is one of them here. So this scarring here is because that is the only outside scar that you can basically see. Any other scarring is more inside. So, and where I'm starting working out, my pax forms over. So it makes it out even better. So after a while, like I'm gonna tattoo it all. It's been a year, over a year, almost 2 years. Should be 2 years. No, this year make 2 years. So after all of that, probably I'd get it tattooed to cover up the scarring, which you can do. That's one of the options that the doctor stated that most trans male does after surgery. And I see some pretty cool tattoos out there that actually covers up very well, you know. So yes, coming off the anesthesia was not the best because I was nauseous. I wanted to throw up, but I could not throw up. So it was almost like you could feel it, but it was not coming. I could not walk. I felt lightheaded. I felt like I wanted to faint. So doctors did not want me to leave in that condition. So they had me there. They give me medication. They had me still on IV and different things. So it ran up until night. And that's where I stated that I was the only one leave. So I did not see anyone. So I figured that something was like hell of crazy wrong. I never look at my chest ever since I came out of surgery. I did not look at the bandage that they had on my chest. I did not look at it at all. I was afraid to look down because I was like, I don't know. Maybe I'll be flight bored in like a 6-year-old chest, flat chest. They don't have nothing, look weird, look, all type of different things. So I'm thinking. So I was like, I don't want to look at it, but I can feel it. That's a good thing. So nothing isn't wrong. And right before I left, my doctor came out and he was like, "How are you feeling?" I was like, "I'm feeling pretty good." He was like, "Your surgery was fine. It was great. It looks good. You're gonna be impressed. Once you get healed up here, you can hit the gym again." Because, like I said earlier, when I went to him, I'd have already started working out. So my chest, I've like focused hard on just chest. So my chest was already formed, and with a male chest and having breast prior to it pushed down. So when it pushed down, it looked like I had chest. So no matter how I go with no shirt or no bandage or anything, you could have never told that I had chest underneath my shirt. So I started working out, keep pushing on that, and it started to form as a chest. So that's how I get to where I did not have to wear all of the bandage and different things that most trans male does. So I never wear the bandage. I wear the bandage after my surgery. But before my surgery, I never band up because I've always pushed hard in the gym for my chest alone. So it can always be prepared for that area. Like I said, I had prepared myself for that moment. Um, yeah, so with that complications and things, my doctor came to me and he was like, other than the little waking, like the ending part of waking up, other than that, everything was great. Um, he's excited for me to see it. To go, I'm gonna go home today at the hotel actually, where he had where the hospital basically sends the patient. It's a very nice hotel. It was a Holiday Inn, but it wasn't like a normal Holiday Inn. It was like a blessed Holiday Inn. It was like well kept. It was nice. It was opposite a mall, like one of their high-end malls, something like Yorkdale Mall for y'all in Canada. It was really nice. I took a few of the photos inside there too on my older videos too. But it was a nice hotel. It had pool and everything inside it, food and everything inside it. Like I say, they treated us well. And everyone that stayed in that hotel was from the hospital. But I did not know who exactly was in what room unless you see them. And there were a few people that I even knew that was there as well, and I did not know. So it was just so strange how you can be in such a small building and don't know who else are out there that had a surgery like you, or that you could communicate with or see how they're doing, or they can check on you. But like I said, I had a great team, so I was blessed on the support part of it. I was pretty good with that. And going back to the hotel room after being discharged that night, I have a footage. I'm not sure. I think it's going to be in the next video when I came out of the hospital. So walking out of the hospital was somewhat hard. Like I said, I was still in and out of the anesthesia. So it was harder for me to walk and to hold my chest at the same time because I'm not used to being so bandaged up, knowing that any move I make, I don't know. Like I said, I never looked at my stitching. Because everything was bandaged up, taped. There was no way of seeing it until like 2 weeks after, like 2 weeks post after surgery. That's when I would have had the bandage removed, and which you guys will see that too. And I'll give you more information on what happened in this video and the next video and the video after that. So it's like 3 stages to this, because my process was not easy. Therefore, like I told you guys, I had to go back to Montreal on two to three locations because of complications. Um, yeah, so going home that day, it was scary because I did not want to do a day surgery, but because I was not from Montreal, they took care of me in the care. So I had a doctor that would have via, because like I said, because of the pandemic, everything was via. So I had to have a computer and everything at the hotel room to see my doctor, because I would have been the one to remove the first bandage from the surgery off. So I'm sitting there the next day when the doctor called to see the area. But before I even take you guys there, the night of the surgery, the night after the surgery, thank God for those 500 milligrams. They was powerfully knocked me out. Your boy was laid out. I'm telling you, standing up like this and sleeping. I'm telling you, I was laid out. I was laid out just like this. I'm telling you, sitting up. That's how powerful those painkillers was, and I needed it. And thank God they had given me those things, because if I did not have those, I don't know how I would have functioned dealing with such a major surgery. But like I said, I had the best medical team. So I knew that I would have get the best treatment. Um, the night of the surgery was not the best. Like, this is when the pain started to wear off. It's either I either take too long to take the meds because I woke up too late, or I got something too late to eat, because you're supposed to eat something before taking the meds because of the amount, how strong they are. Sorry, yes, words getting a little fibbed, but because of the strength of the painkillers, I had to have something to eat with it. So, like I said, I had everything there. Food, got something to eat, and there it is. The pain wear it off, and I'm started just feeling different pain. I started to feel nauseous again. Started to feel lightheaded, which you guys will see all of that. Um, and it came the swelling, like I was ice packed down. I had like these two big ice pack across my chest that I had to ice every bit to keep the fluid from being built up. If any fluid or anything was to come up, I had to keep everything iced down. So all of that I had to do. So later on that night, I remember laying down in the bed and this pain just hit me. I figured like right away I needed the pills, but it was not time for me to take those pills again. So I had to wait for this time when the pills had kicked in. And it was not easy. I remember just sitting in the bed, just rocking side to side, just crying, because I had to now endure this pain until it's time for me to take the pills. And like I say, every surgery has a side of pain. You're gonna feel pain. This video is not to fear anyone or make anyone change their mind when it comes to surgery. It is my experience and my journey. Like I say, my journey towards how I got here. Everybody experience are very much different. I've seen many of persons on YouTube that had their surgery, and in 2 weeks, their chest was blessed, like beautiful. And my 2 weeks experience was bloated. Emergency, had to run back to the hospital, had to get a drain put in. That was my experience. So everybody experience are totally different. So this is just my journey and what I had to endure in my whole experience and having my top surgery. So that night taking my meds and different things, I remember so much pain and different things. But when I did take my meds, at that time, I went to sleep and I had an appointment the next day with a doctor from my medical team that did the surgery on me, which they would have told me how to show me how to remove the bandage, because they would have had to see in the surgical area to see that it's still in place, that it's not open up, or whatever they had to do. They know what they had to do. So if they said 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock, they was on time. I happens to be like a minute or two late. Like you see this live was late too. But with this whole thing here, when she did came on and I did get on to see her, when I removed my bandage, it was not the best scene to see at all. I'm looking down at my chest. like I said, I had a lot of breakout. I had acne on my chest. I had acne on my face. It was like different levels of my testosterone going up every 6 months because of how great I was changing and how everything was looking. My level was going up. Um, thank God. Hopefully, it can go up again. But with that, when I took off my bandage, I saw blood all over the bandage. Like I say, it was the bandage that I had on after surgery, so it would have been the most bloodiest bandage because it was the bandage after surgery, and and with that, when I did take it off and I looked down, it was like these two small, like a little smaller than this here, things were on my nipples because I had a nipple grafted. So these two things were on my nipple and they were pinned down, like they were like almost like it was stitched on. And they had the bandage going across my chest, pulled tight. And they had the tape, like the surgical tapes and everything going across my chest. You guys will get to see that. The reason being why I'm not showing you guys now is because there's a video that I will be posting shortly that is going to show my surgery, my actual surgery, and what it looked like, and when the bandage came off. Yeah, all those good stuff. So for y'all that don't like to see those type of things, close eye, tell a friend, send a photo, demonstrate, demonstrate, like anyone that works. But yeah, I'm gonna show you all guys that in the next video, and the one after that is when I'm gonna reveal my chest to you guys. So yeah, so there's a lot of things gonna come on this platform. There's a lot of things. It's just that, you know, gradually you have to get it there. Now that Pride is over, that was draining me, it taking everything out of me. I am more focused into this, and I'm gonna put it more out there for you guys. And like I said, I have a lot coming to you guys. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this link to all of you guys, friends, family, sisters, brothers, aunties, uncles, anyone, anyone. Share the link. Show your boy some love, you know. Drop inside my subscription box. Subscribe to me. Hit the bell on the side of the subscribe button. That bell will notify you whenever I have an upload, whether I'm live or I am just here talking, you know, talking live or just sending out videos or sending out vlogs and different stuff. Is a lot. Like I tell you, it's a lot. You're gonna see the funny side of me. You're gonna see the dancing side of me. If y'all don't know, your boy got some moves. Yeah. So you're gonna see a lot of me. So yeah, I'm gonna bring it to you. Like I say, giveaways, loves, and everything. You know, a lot of things. Like I'm gonna bring it to you. This is not the only platform to talk about my life. There's only so much I can talk about, and I'm basically picking pieces out of my story and my journey because I can't give it to you all at once. So gradually you see different contents goes up on my page where I'm gonna one be talking about my life or talking about what I experienced, or one be talking about my transition. It can be talking about just a topic of the day. It can be some Q&A topics. You know, people can drop some questions in there. You know, ask some questions. They can DM me for you guys on my YouTube page now. Once you share the link, I have my YouTube, my Facebook, my Instagram, and my TikTok and Twitter all on my page. So you can all go and follow, subscribe, follow, subscribe, follow, subscribe, and share all at once. You know, show me some love. I got TikTok up there where I show most of my moves and different stuff and show my style and different, you know, fashion and different things that I have out there. You know, your boy bringing back that old school Rasta style. So, you know, also, before I go back into talking about my surgery, I want to give some shout outs. Shout outs to Jamaica, you know, for showing me some mad love. I have Nika So Pretty that's showing me some mad love there in Jamaica. Thank you so much for showing me some love up there. Continue doing great. Like I say, I'm looking forward into working with you and seeing what we can do out there together. Thank you so much for the love. Make sure to continue tell everybody to like, comment, and subscribe as you've been doing and blowing up my page. If I miss anybody once I calling off name, it's not because I forgot or you're not recognized. It's just so much people has hitting me up in these last months, because it was May when I came out to you guys. So from May to now, I've been jammed with a lot of DMs in different ways. So big up the Bahamas. I'm gonna big up also the UK, Maryland, um, Ireland, Iceland. Um, yeah, I have a lot. Like a lot of people, I can't even really go through it now, but there's a lot of people around the world. Canada as number one that has showed some massive love out there for your boy. Thank you so much for everybody out there in the sticks that has showed some true love out there. Also, I want to say thank you so much for my sister, so much for showing me some mad love and support out there, for always giving me word of encouragement. Thank you for all my loving families and close ones and friends and everyone up there. I can't call them all, but they know who they are. Thank you so much for being there through my top surgeries and every other surgeries and whatever on. Thank you so much for showing your boy some mad love out there. Yes, gradually I'm gonna throw out some shout outs here and there once I got everything up and running to find out, exactly where all of the countries are tuning in and showing your boy some mad love and sending up some followers. And yeah, so everything is looking pretty good. Sorry guys, my face is looking this way because I'm basically going through some things as well as I talk to you guys. So I can give my shout outs to everyone and try not to forget anyone out there, which you will never be forget. But yes, I want to say thank you so much. And I'm going to get back into those shout outs later on. But my surgeries, after my complication in the surgery, going to the hotel room and dealing with the pain and the after effect, which would have come before any surgery you would have to deal with. When I took off my bandage, I look at my chest. I was okay. I was like, okay, I have no more titties. No, I don't have no chest. I did got the 6-year-old chest. I'm flat, but just give me some time in the gym. I'm gonna get them out. As you can see, I got them up. Got them up. But yeah, so when I look at them now, it's like looking at them then to now, it's like a big difference, and to know what I went through. And it was something about that day when I took off that bandage, I knew that something wasn't right. And I kept saying it the whole day. I was like, the next day I was supposed to leave to go back Toronto. So it was like a 5.5-hour drive back to Toronto. So it was like, I can't go back. So right away I was like, okay, I have to tell the front desk that at least let me stay another night. Let me get a hold of the hospital and tell them that something doesn't seem right, because I'm feeling a certain pain. But when I read about it, I didn't realize that I realized that that was a pain that I've never heard of, that it would have been a side effect, or it would have been something. So I figured it's like a pump, like something was pumping in me. And I didn't know what it was, but it was like a painful feeling. Like it would come on and off. It was like more like cramps and pain, but in the chest. Sorry. And I was like, I don't need to go home because it's like 5 hours back to come back here. If it's anything, I don't want to, have to drive back or have to fly out or something happen, and no doctors in Toronto can work on me because the surgery was not performed in Toronto. It was like things that I was thinking of. So I got a hold of my doctor. I sent him a message and I told him that I'm going to stay in Toronto just in case and see if anything happens for not Toronto, Montreal, to see if anything happens or whatever. And it was like, yes, keep them posted. If it's anything, come back to the hospital, or they'll send someone. They were on it. Like at the middle of the night, 3-4 o'clock in the morning, you'll have somebody that respond back from the medical team. Like they were on it. Like they never left me in the dark, never felt that you had your surgery, now you can go. No, they were always willing to take me no matter what the situation was. They was always willing to take me, always willing to fix it with no cost at all. Like they really was there for me. And I cannot thank GRS Montreal no much. Like, I can forever thank them. Like, they're amazing. And with this here, I did go back home, came back down to Toronto the next day. I stayed there for one day, and then I came back down the following day, which would have been the 7th. Yes. I came back down on the 7th of November, 2019. And I remember coming down, and I'm looking in the mirror after, like, every day you're looking in the mirror because you now got your new chest, the bandage off, but the taping is there. I can't see the stitching because they have like the surgical tape in there. So I'm looking at it and I was like, okay, I'm walking around with no top on. I was like, yeah, feeling the vibe out, no top, different stuff like that. So I'm self-confident in every which way. I say it could have been worse, but everything is looking good. And it was like this one night, my chest went from flat to almost having titties again. Real talk. It sounds funny, but it blew up. And I never had any drains installed because it seems that I did not need it at that present point of time, because I was small chested. So I did not need drains. But I don't know. It's like my body just took its own turn and it started building up fluid. So my chest started blowing up, like, as days went by. It just started getting bigger and it getting hard. And it just was scary for me. And I just watched it as like something just ain't right. So I called my doctor, my doctor at the time, and I went to my doctor down here in Toronto. And when they look at it, they was like, okay, we need you to go take an X-ray of your chest and different stuff like that, an ultrasound and different stuff like that. They was asking so they can see the chest areas and stuff like that. And when I did go, I went to like a private doctor. And when I did go to the doctor, it was like, okay, they see fluid build up, and it was a large amount in the left side of my chest. So the fluid started to build up from here, and which it started to come around here. So it was like this was bigger than this. So this became the good one, and this became the bad one. And it was like it was flipping between the left, and then it was going to the right. So it was like a back and forth. So I got on the phone with Montreal again. Like I said, they always was there. I send them some photos. I send them the results and everything from the X-ray that I had taken. And they asked me, how soon could you come to Montreal? I was like, I can drive out tonight if you want me to come. And again, you see, I had to drive out to Montreal, go out there. And immediately when I got there, the next day was my appointment. So right away, I went in with my surgeon that did the surgery. And he was like, everything still looks good and different things like that. There's nothing to worry about, which everything was good apart from the fluid, which it's calming. And in any surgery, you can get a buildup or fluid buildup in any part of a surgery. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a chest surgery. It can be anywhere that you can get fluid buildup. So when I had the fluid buildup, that was not the fear. My fear was losing my grafting if something was to go wrong, because a grafting, if anyone knows what a grafting is, it's like a thin layer of your skin from your nipple that they put back on. So it's like I don't even have anything to show you guys, but it's like a little small, like something like a cover from a bottom. Hold on, let me show you guys. Let me see if I can demonstrate to you guys. So it's like something like this. So once they have this here, that's how they form. They will form it on you just like that. And that's how they form your nipple. So once they take the nipple off, a lot of people I know, they was like, what? But when they take the nipple off, they place it on. It's like a grafting, like a thin line of it. So it's like they're building the nipple back on, and the nerve is hopefully to catch to it. You hope for a safe recovery where the nipple grabs on it, the areola grabs on it in every which way possibly. So yes, that's the area that they had pinned down with the little circle things that I told you guys earlier when I had removed the bandage. that's what was pinned down, was the actual nipple from the removal of my chest surgery. So that's how it was. So once they remove it, they grafted, made a whole nipple, level it up, line it out. That's why all the drawing and everything was all over my chest at surgery. So with that whole thing there, my whole big fear was losing the grafting or something going wrong, because that was the only major side effect that I've read about, or most people be fear about, was losing the grafting. So that was my fear too, because I was like, what if I lose the grafting? What if I lose the nipple? What will happen? Which I had other options. If that was to happen, I had other options or whatever to fixing that. So I was okay with whatever, I just wanted my chest. So I'm great, and when I did my top surgery, that's all I could think about. No matter what happened, no matter how it comes out, as long as I have life, and everything turns out well at the end of the day, I'm blessed. And the way my surgeon has stitched my packs, I love them. Without, like, the way he formed them, it makes it look like I had chest before I actually started working out again. So that was blessed, that he gave me the chest that I wanted before. So it was my job to maintain it, and their jobs was to do what he done, and he did his best, and I thank him. I will show you guys, if I haven't shown you guys him already, I will show you guys him in the next video, because that will be the reveal after surgery and going back and forth into Montreal to see doctors. Yeah, so I had some drains installed afterwards. After my first visit, I had the drains installed here in Toronto. No, it was in Montreal. The first time I went, I had fluid removed by a tube. So once he went in through the stitch, he went in through my lower stitch, and he pulled, it was like something like a syringe. He pulled the fluid out. So it was like 2 tubes of fluid that he pulled out, and he was like, okay, it's great. You shouldn't have no buildup or whatever. It's like water weight. It's like liquid just floating around in you. It's the course of it. So it was nothing major. Like I say, it was nothing major apart from the complications, which you guys will later on see. Sorry, my face got very oily, and I try to keep it as dull as it possibly get. But yeah, with that, the fluid was built up, and I had to go back and forth to get it drained out. The first time was a syringe that they drained it out, and the second time that I had to go back, the fluid built up, but this time it moved from my left and it went to the right. So my left side went down, what they drained, but the right side blew up. So I now had to get a hold of Montreal. I had to go back to Montreal. I had to get that dude. Like I say, the mental state you had to be in. Some people have it easy, some people have it hard. And this is what I recommend to anybody. If you're gonna take anything serious in life, you go out there and you listen to whatever the doctors them have to say, and you do what you're supposed to do, especially with some strong surgeries like these. You have to be mindful. So whatever you're going through, you have to be just strong, keep a strong game, keep your game on. Do not drink. If they say don't drink, don't drink. If they say don't smoke, don't smoke. Like, listen, they know what they do when they say it. So I can only think that that's where it came from, and that's where my complications had came from. So that was my big effect of my top surgery. And with the fluid buildup, the second time I went back, they installed a drain. It was one drain that they installed because, like I say, one had went down. So when I went Montreal the second time, they had drained the right side, and the left side had blew up again. So it was like, what the hell was going on? And my surgeon was like, I don't understand what happened. And he was like, he had sleepless nights. He was trying to figure out what went wrong, because everything seems perfect on the chart. There's no error made. Like, what's going on? Why is the fluid coming all of a sudden, and why is it rotating like this? The cause, I'm telling you. So he did everything he wanted. He was like, listen, I can take you back into surgery, but it can be now, because we can't re-go into a stitch. You have to heal and different things. Like, he knows what he was doing, but he was like, we'll let you heal for a bit, and we can do this and we can do that. Like, different options and different things that he was giving me, and he never gave up. Like, this man treated me like I was his son. Like, he welcomed me with arms. Like, I cried, he cried. Like, that's how loving this guy is. Like, this guy is blessed. He's so blessed that he was the man that make all of this change. He's the man that did all of this. So what I wanted to create it, he created it well. And you guys will get to see all of his work and everything he has done, and all of the good outcomes after the bad outcomes. I had some bad outcomes where there were complications, but my outcomes now, I love the way I look. I can tell you this now, I love the way I look. And anybody that knows me prior to, coming from 89 pounds to 145.6, I think my scale lied last month, because they told me I was 156, only because I know I'm trying to get to 185. But give me until December, I'm telling you, I'm seeing 185. What you say? But yeah, but I love my outcome. I had some complications. I'm not gonna be those ones to hide and be like, "Oh, surgery was perfect. There were no complications, and everything went great." No, hell no. I'm sorry. I'm gonna give you me. Like I say, other people can be hiding things and doing different things secretly, but I'm gonna give it to you as real. If that's what I promise you, that's what I'm gonna give you. And that's what all I know how to do, is to be as real as I can possibly do. Thank you guys so much for all the love out there. Kiana, thank you so much for the love. Listen to me. If I'm saying it wrong, also, I'm sorry, but I'm responding to the comments. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, so with my complications, my only complication has came with fluid, and therefore I had lost a part of my grafted. Due to the fluid had increased so much till it came through the nipple. It had came through the left side of my nipple, and then it took the right side. But I was managed to save my areolas, so my nipple form and everything is there. It's just that the grafting did not fully take. So my doctor had given me an option to redo it, where I can get skin from somewhere else and build that area to how I exactly want it, or I can tattoo it like most people does it. Most trans male does it, and sorry, most people done it, or I can just tattoo it at the end of the day, which is, I feel as if it doesn't even. You guys will see what I mean. So yeah, he gave me all these different options on what I could do in order to do it. So with my complications with the fluid buildup, and which I feel as if it was due to the alcohol that was intake when I did, like I say, out of this mental state, mental mind, always be positive. Always, if you're gonna do this, follow everything that the medical team is telling you, because they won't lead you wrong, because your life is in their hands. So you have to trust them as much as they gotta trust you. So you do your work, they do their work. So that's how it works in this world. Actually. So yeah. So my complication has brought me a great turnout and a great success, a great figure, a topless figure, a very much figure you guys are going to see. I want to show you guys so bad. I want to show you guys, but I'll be messing up my videos in order. I want to show you guys, but I can't show you guys now. I worked on this, but I'm going to show you guys, and it's going to be very soon. I'm going to be dropping a lot of videos in this, but this talk today was to tell you guys about my journey on my top surgery. And like you saw in my first videos, it was a journey towards before going into the theater. And I talked to you guys about going into the theater, because I can't talk to you what happened through the surgery, because I was not awake. I'm sorry, only the surgeon can tell those things, and whoever was there can share those stories with you guys. But I cannot share what happened when I was asleep. So I can give you guys brief things on what I've dealt with coming out of surgery. Before surgery, that's all I can give you guys, because no one can tell you what happened in surgery unless you make that agreement to record it. But no one wants to see themselves getting cut open on TV. I'm not going to do it. So, no, I haven't agreed to that. But I did have complications. I had a very large amount of fluid build up on my left side that later on went into my right side. And I've lost a part of my grafting, which I was afraid to, but it's not lost where I don't have it at all. I do have it, but I don't have all of it. I still have the areolas. I still have the chest form. I still have the builds. I still have everything. Everything is there. But it was not easy. I came a long way, a very long way of healing, especially. Um, yeah, my experience in my healing was not as best, but anybody out there that's want to go out there and do top surgery, like, I will recommend you to go for it. Like, at the end of the day, that's a decision and everything that you have to make on your own and what you want to do. But for me, I don't have any regrets. Maybe at first, when the complication has hit, but I ain't mad at all. Should have did this a long time ago. Shoot. But yeah, I ain't mad at my decisions at all. Um, when I did go back up there the third time for my 1 year post checkup for my doctor, and he saw my chest, he was like, "Whoa, what happened in that space?" I was like, "Listen, you did your part, and I had to do my part. So this is what I brought to you this time." He was like, "It looked amazing. It's a big difference." And we built such a great relationship. And automatically, like, when I went to him, within that same year, when I went to him, I was like, "You're going to do my next surgeries. You're going to do this." And when he agreed to do them, I was like, "Shut your mouth." So he was like, "Yeah." So, having to him to do these surgeries was like blessed. And I knew that with my top surgery having that complication, I knew my other surgeries would have been great, because I knew that they would have been even more careful. They would have been more detailed. They would have been more in any which way, because they had dealt with me before. I'm no longer a new patient. So getting these surgeries done and getting things done was so, it was a blessing. And I can't thank them. I don't know how much times I can thank them, but I got to thank them throughout my whole journey on this YouTube. I'm telling you, I will do this. I would thank them forever, because they changed my life, and they changed it for better and not for worse. They made my dream come true. I get to walk around and feel, like mindless. So I get to be me. I like my new look. I like how things had turned out very well. It felt like it was gonna take a long and a bumpy road. It felt like it was gonna take forever. The changes felt like forever. Waiting for surgery dates was forever. That's how it all felt, because I wanted it to happen right then and then. I needed it now. I wanted to snap my fingers, and I wanted to be a man. That's how it happened. But it doesn't happen that way, And like I say, if anybody out there that has a mindset of doing surgery, like, go for it. Everybody experience are different. Don't get shaken up or fear because of my experience or somebody else's experience, because there's persons that I once used to follow on, like, not once used to follow, but that I looked at on YouTube. They had some major complications, major, where they lost everything, and everything is just blank there, like nothing, So everybody, goes through different things and different recoveries and different experience in different ways. So, then I have persons that I know and persons that I watch their chest, like, they were blessed in like a month's time. They were healed. They were healed within a month. So that was pretty good in every which way possibly, to see that different people have different reactions. So I knew what I was going into when I was getting all prepared for the surgery, I knew that it was a possibility of a side effect. There's a possibility of complication. There's possibility that things can go great, and everybody would want their surgeries to go great. Everybody would want to do this. You know, I've known trans females. I have some friends that are trans females that had surgeries, and their surgery was amazing. You know, I've known trans males that had surgeries that I followed on YouTube. And different place, and I watch them, their stories and different things are totally amazing, totally opposite. Even with starting the tea, you know, when you watch their journey in 6 months time, they have facial hair, they have leg hair, their voice deep, you can see the Adam's apple, you can see everything within 3 to 6 months. But in my 6 months, I had like 2 strands hanging from there. I thought I came from another part of the country, but I was not related to my family at all, because there just was 2 long strands and 1 short one. So it was like 3 little sticky ones hanging out there. And they stayed there for like 6 months straight. And I was like, maybe I'm not going to get facial hair. But when I read about it and all the paperwork that my doctor had given to me, it simply stated within a year time, you will see your massive changes. You know, with anyone in the trans field, whether if it's male, female, or anything that you're, you know, going through, it takes a process. You know, we want process to happen in a blink of an eye, but it doesn't work like that. Just as I wanted my surgery to go well, but it did not go 100% well with the complication. With the surgery was the outcome was great. The surgeon was awesome. The medical team was great. It was blessed. So can't say I regret it at all. I don't regret it. I love my outcome. You guys will get to see the reason why I don't regret it. Your boy will be showing topless. Your boy will be showing you everything as natural as it gets. You know, all coming to you. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this link. Please get it out there. This story is not just to say, talk my story, but it's to help someone out there, to, you know, to speak up. Like I say, my story comes up in a lot of different categories, and it comes up from past experience of what I went through to relationships. It's going to be vlogs, it's going to be flashes, it's going to be styles, it's going to be giveaways, it's going to be getaways, it's going to be all type of different stuff inside this. Everything goes through stages, in life. So step by step, we're going to get through this, and we're going to get through this faster than it was before. Like I said, I was getting ready for Pride, doing some things up in Pride, getting some stuff ready. I have a lot of things coming out there. I'm going to be shooting some flyers and different things out there. Yes, I'm trying to get something. Yeah, so it's going to be a lot of things that I'm going to be putting out there and doing out there. Just a minute, I'm just trying to get it. Yeah, so it's a lot of things that I'm going to be putting out there and doing out there. You guys going to be surprised on a lot of things that I'm going to be doing out there. I'm going to take the stage on a lot of different platforms and do a lot of things different. I also want to big up Kimberlia Bunat, one of the beautifulest known. Listen, I'm going to drop her link inside there. I'm going to big her up. She is a performer to be and to now and forever. That is what you go and see. She is amazing. And I'm going to link her. Hopefully we get to work together in a lot of different things and a lot of platforms. She is going to be great out there. She's amazing. She's awesome. I saw her performance. It was brilliant. That is what you call talent, and it's Kimberlia Bunat, if I am not pronouncing it right. You know, a lot of these house names are very difficult, but she is a well-known Bahamian. You hear me? This is what you call performance when we call in the LGBT. This is what you call queen. She is one of the greatest of all them queens. I'm telling you, I've seen it, and she is blessed. Thank you so much, Denise. Hey, Denise, thanks for showing some love. Thank you for the subscribe. Thank you for the love. Make sure to continue showing your boys some love. I'm about to wrap this up. like I said, there's a lot of people that tuned in, and step by step, I'm gonna gradually, list off everyone on paper and pen, put them out there, put them all out there to show all my thanks and appreciation for everyone that has supported me. Thank you so much, Michelle, Jess, Tatiana, Tiana, Tanisha, Kiana. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing the name wrong. Denise. Thank you, everybody else that who I have missed that I am not seeing at this present point of time. On those that are watching, thank you so much for showing your boy some mad love. I love you guys. I'm telling you, I'm gonna bring it to you. Make sure to continue show this link, send this link. Support your boy. Like I said, I have a lot, and I'm gonna give it to you as natural as it get. There's another video will be uploaded by tomorrow, the latest. That video will carry you through my surgery, so you guys will get to see everything that I talked about today. Coming out of surgery, the photos, the videos, the pain, the side effects, the meds. Yes, you're gonna see it all. As natural as it gets. Stay tuned. Make sure to continue to show your boys some love. I love you guys. I love talking to you guys. It was so amazing to be here. At first, it was so hard to even get in the front of the camera to talk to you guys, but I'm finally facing fear in the face. So thank you guys so much. And if I miss you guys, like I say, don't feel any way. Your boy is clustered with a lot of DMs. A lot of you guys are headed on my Facebook page. Come on down here on the YouTube page. Show some mad love in there. Like I said, UK had showed some love. Jamaica had showed some love. Cuba had showed some love. Canada had showed some mad love. The Bahamas showed some mad love. Maryland took some mad love. New York took some mad love. Um, Africa, I had Africa. I had Brazil. I had Colombia. A lot of people hit me up, and it was amazing to know that I've hit so much different countries, and so in such short time, 5 months of being on YouTube, and 3 years and 2 months on T is, and going through my whole transition and my surgeries and different things as such short time, and to know that I have, opened the internet to actually speak in the front of you guys, to tell you guys my experience and everything that I went through, and every which way from me being a female to me going through abuse to me having surgeries to me on T to where it's going. It's going to be a mixture of a lot of different things. Like I said, my life is a lot, and a lot of questions are being asked on a lot of things. I'm telling you, a lot of questions. I'm telling you, and always wind up to the surgeries, huh? Yeah, you're gonna get to see it all. Yes, I did indeed have surgeries. I am a trans man, and this is how it gets. As real as it gets. I was born a female. For those who don't know me, I was born a female. I'm from the Bahamas. I was born in Nassau, Bahamas. I grew up in Harbor Island, Bahamas. I've traveled to the US. I went places there is. I went. I can listen. I moved to Canada in 2015. I am presently living here in Toronto, Canada. In the sixes where it's happened. Um, yeah, so this is my life and how it's gonna get. And this is your boy, and I say thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love you, and I want to say once again, I can't thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Being blessed, YouTube has showed me some really great changes that you had guys had given me, was showing me some mad love, and thank you so much. And I'm telling you, I'm 100% for everyone out there, and I want to help each and every one of you guys that I can possibly go out there and help. I want to use my story, my life, my journey, my and everything that I go through, just to be an inspiration to somebody, someone, positive, to impact someone there in life, because a lot of people can go out there and judge you or wrongly judge you and never get to know you. People label me before they even get to know me. And the moment they get to know me, it's the moment they realize that they have real, when that moment is too late. Don't wait for that moment, get to know the person on the inside and not who you hear on the outside. Not everything you hear on the outside is truthful. And I always tell that too. Get to know me. A lot of people told my story, but this is me, and this is how I'm bringing it to you my way. And this is it. You can only get it as real as from the person there is, and that's me. So if you want to get to know me, here's your boy here, Trey. Get to know me. Come on down, subscribe. I'm telling you, come on down where the price is right. So anyway, it's your boy Trey. I love you. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna see you guys again. Peace, and I love you. Happy Pride once again.